Hello and welcome to Mindset Monday. Today we are going to be talking about managing our minds and how it is we can learn how to take control of our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, and create results that we want to have in our life just by learning how to manage our mind. So I'm going to share with you today an experience that happened to me on Friday, and I'll share a little bit of what happened to me today. I shared with this on my Instagram stories or Instagram live this morning, so if you caught that, you'll rehear it today. But how it is that when we start practicing managing our mind, it's just what we do, right? So everything we practice in our everyday life really does end up becoming what we just do when life happens. So if you're practicing managing your mind, you're practicing controlling outcomes and results that you want. If you're practicing healthy habits, then that's just what happens to you when life happens. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. But right now, for everyone who's joining us new, I always like to take a second to introduce myself. My name is Diane. I am the creator of the online course and community, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. Our next course does start on Saturday. Registration will close on Friday. So if you are interested in jumping in with us, I would love to have you. All the information can be found in the description box or the comment section here. And we talk a lot about mindset inside this course as well. It is not a diet course. It is not a nutrition course. It's a course to help you really learn how to take control of your life using it, something like intermittent fasting. And then I'm also the creator of the Midlife Mindset Shift course. For all my graduates who join us, we are open for enrollment for our next season of the Midlife Mindset Shift. Just email me and I'll get you information on that. So managing our mind. So we do have the opportunity to manage what goes on in our mind and how we translate that into the next series of events. So I want you to do me a favor. In the comments section, I want you to put a number 1 in the comment section if you have ever felt like if you had the opportunity to manage your mind, an outcome would have turned out differently for you. So put a 1 in the comment section if this is something that you want to learn how to master so that you can be in control of the things that are going on in your life. So this is what happened to me on Friday. My alarm clock in my room that I used to wake me up in the morning was 12 hours off. So instead of my alarm clock reading 5 a.m., it was really reading 5 p.m. And so my alarm was also 12 hours off. So I usually try to get between 5 and 5:15 because I like to get myself up and ready. And then I go up and make sure my daughter's up and moving. And we were 40 minutes behind. My alarm usually goes off at 5:15. It didn't go off at all. I opened my eyes at 6 a.m. And my first reaction was, I got to get out of bed. So I literally just propelled myself out of bed. And then I paused for a moment and I just thought about how I felt in that moment. And how I felt in that moment, quite honestly, was really rested. I felt very in control of myself. And I was like, okay, we've got this. We can get out of this house in 20 minutes. I'm going to go upstairs really calm. I'm going to make sure my daughter's up. If she's not up, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her up. And I'm going to make sure she has a great start to her day. And I'm going to help her any way I can to get out of this house in 20 minutes. So that's exactly what I did. I went up calm. I went up with a plan. And I was like, here's what I'm going to do to help you get ready. Here's what you can do to get yourself expedited out of this house. We were out of the house at 6, I think it was 6:25. She was still plenty of time to get to school. She wasn't late for her cross-country practice. And the rest of my day went as planned. So I got home from dropping her off. I got my workout in. I was able to get myself showered. I did my IG Live on Friday. Like everything after that initial, oh my gosh, I woke up late, went as planned. And it went as planned because I managed my mind around what it was that was going on. So when we have things in our life happen, like waking up 40 minutes late, that event is what it is, right? There's nothing I can do to go back in time. I wish I could have, but I couldn't go back in time and reset the clock so that I didn't wake up late. So that is a factual thing. It is what it is. It's laid in stone. I can't change that. But what I can change is my thought around how it is I'm going to move forward from that event, right? So my thought was, oh my gosh, I'm late. wait a second, I feel really rested. And I literally went through this process and this dialogue in my mind of, dang, I guess I needed the extra sleep, as I'm feeling fantastic despite the fact that we're late. And I'm going to use this as an opportunity to energize me throughout the day. So my thought went to a very positive very quickly. That thought then led me to how I felt about the situation. And I already said, I went upstairs to Gabby. I was very controlled. I had a plan already laid out. Here's what you're going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. As a team, we're going to get ourselves out of here and we're going to get you to school on time. So my feelings or my thoughts were driven to the feeling I had. I was calm. I knew that everything past dropping her off at school wasn't going to be affected because those were after the event, right? So I could have gone to the mindset of, oh my gosh, our day is ruined. She's going to be late. Oh, this is awful. Oh, I'm a horrible mom. Oh, how are we going to recover from this? And now I'm not going to be able to work out and I'm going to have a horrible day and da, 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 da. But instead I stayed in control of my thoughts and I led them down a positive thought process. We can do this. We've got 20 minutes. We're going to get out of here. Here's how we're going to do it. That led to the feelings that I had, joyful and happy when I went upstairs to wake up Gabby, so I didn't put her in a negative mindset. Then those feelings led into the actions that we took to get out of the house, right? I got her water bottle ready. She got herself dressed. She got herself together. I met her in the car, like the car was running. She grabbed her shoes. She got her shoes on in the car. Like the actions met up with the feelings and we thought, and the thoughts we had around the event that had occurred. So she got to school on time. So the result is nothing in our morning had to become a negative because it started off in a way that we didn't plan. So the end result for her day went just like it always does, right? She went to cross country practice. She had an amazing practice. She came home so excited about her practice. She went on her day with school. I dropped her off. I went into my workout. I had an amazing workout. I felt super energized because I got 40 extra minutes of sleep. And my day progressed as I had planned it. So if we can practice managing our mindset on these little occurrences, imagine what we could do if that's what our default is when something bigger in our life blows up. I practiced this also when this morning. So I shared this on my IGTV, so I'll go over it really quickly. But this morning, I know like when my workout, my shirt was on inside out, right? And if I was in a negative mindset or one of those self-sabotaging type of mindsets where I have a negative dialogue in my head, I could have very easily gone to a negative place. Like, oh, what an idiot I am. Like my shirt is on inside out. Like, how did I do that? And I could have gone very reasonably down a negative road. But instead, because I practice this mindset all the time, I practice it for myself, I practice it for the women that I coach, is I thought to myself, wow, my shirt's on inside out. Maybe that's a sign for me today that I need to think about things differently as I'm going through the course of my day. Because realistically, having my shirt inside out didn't bother me. I work out at home. It didn't change my workout. But how I thought about it really did help me have an amazing day today. And I've been looking for instances where I can think about things differently. So practicing how we manage our mind can help us really have an opportunity to manage the results that we say that we want to have for ourselves. So, as a human being, we have a human mind, and a human mind is a mind that can be changed by changing how it is you approach situations. So if you're not happy with something in your life, how are you thinking about it? How are the circumstances in your life leading your thought process, how you feel about things, what the actions are that you take because of those feelings, and what are those end results? And if you're not happy with the end result, you have to go back to the top of this process and think about how you can be in control of changing those events. Or if you can't change them, how can you be in control of how you handle them? We practice living life every single day the way we want the results of our life to be the outcome for us. And if you're not happy with the way things are going, and I say this here in this community all the time, like, how is that working for you? How are the choices that you are making for yourself working for you? And if they're not working for you and you can't honestly go back and go, man, I had a kick-ass day today, and it was because I did all of these things, then you have to go back and ask yourself the very basic question of, if it's not working for me, why am I continuing to do this, right? So for us, it was a very easy fix. We just kept our mindset in the right place. We controlled our thoughts. We controlled our feelings. We had an opportunity to pick the actions that we wanted to take. And then the result for us on Friday was amazing. I could have taken Gabby downhill really quickly if I would have gone up in her room, ranting and raving about how we were late and making it sound like it was the worst thing in the world. And I chose to handle it a different way. And we both ended up having a great day. So this is something that's definitely worth practicing, especially if you are of what I call the natural negative Nelly mindset. I honestly and openly admit that I have, over the course of my life, have had the tendency of being the negative Nelly. I can be very hot-headed. I can be very stubborn. I can go down that negativity path so quickly. And what I realized is that wasn't serving me well, right? So how is what I'm doing serving me? And it wasn't serving me well. So for the past probably 4 or 5 years, I've really been working on changing my own mindset and figuring out a way to really tap into what I just explained to you here. If you can't change the circumstance, then do the next best thing and change how you think about that circumstance. Think about how you feel about that circumstance. Think about how you show up and what you do because of that circumstance. And then, are you happy with that result? And we always have the opportunity to go right back up to that thought process and exercise our way through it with other options. This works for every aspect of our life. This works for fasting long and feasting well. This works for any sort of health or wellness thing that you're trying to improve. This works for financial situations you want to have a better outcome with. This works for relationships. This works for careers. It works for a business that you have. It works for how you manage your life. It works out for how you show up in your workouts. This process works for every aspect of your life. And the more you stop and think about how you can incorporate a different thought, which will lead to a different feeling, the more this will become just what you do. So if you're negative on the natural, you have to practice being positive consciously, proactively, and showing up in that positive space until that now becomes your new norm. And I can tell you from being that old negative Nelly that being a Susie Sunshine, is what I called it this morning, is really a much better way to live your life. And you're pouring your energy and your enthusiasm and your heart into things that are going to yield you a better result. And that over time just leads to a very happy and healthy life. Okay, so I am going to come through and check out all my ones in here. It's amazing how we're all very similar. And what I can tell you is that you have the power to change all of that. You right here today have the power to make the decision that the next time something isn't going as I planned, I'm going to pause and I'm going to consider how I think about the situation, and I'm going to let that thought control how I feel about it. And I'm going to let those feelings control the next step that I take. And I'm going to carefully manage the things that I do so that the result that I have is the one that is desired, right? And remember, in an action or the things that we do, choosing to do nothing might be the best action item. So don't think that you have to always physically do something to create the result that you want. Sometimes taking a pass on something is the exact action that you need to take so that you will yield the result that you're hoping for. Okay, so let me see who's here today. Danny, hello, girlfriend. Michael says hello. Also, so great to see you. So great to see you as well, Danny. We always love having your positivity and your smiling face here with us, even though I can't see your face. I know you're smiling because you are just that girl. She's an October 2018 grad. All my ones here. Yes, for sure. Danny, that is how I found your course. It manifested because I was aligned with how I was feeling about my health at the time. Yeah, for sure. And then what you do is, if you're not happy with something, right, you seek out another option. So how is that working for me? It's not working for me. What can I incorporate that will work better for me? And sometimes we have to go through a couple iterations of something, right, until we get to the thing that is going to actually work for us. And that's where we have to keep asking ourselves that question. How is this working for me? If it's not working well, why am I not incorporating some tweaks or some changes so that I get the answer that I want next time I ask that? Teresa joined late. We'll catch up later. Awesome, girlfriend. We talk about this in the Midlife Mindset Shift course a lot. We're going to talk about it more specifically on Thursday night, so I'll be able to catch you up on that as well. Jody, I had a major fall this weekend working myself back. Oh my gosh, no, girlfriend, what happened? What happened to you? Hopefully you're not too banged up. If it's any help for you, I took a really bad fall, remember, 3 weeks ago, and I'm back to doing all the things I've been doing. So hopefully you didn't break anything. Hopefully you'll be able to bounce back soon. But I want to know how you're feeling. So make sure you message me later. Cheryl, I look forward to being a Susie Sunshine with your help. Oh, girlfriend, I'm here to help you. And I know, Cheryl, I know, girlfriend, because I have had conversations with you. There's a Susie Sunshine in there, and she is dying to come out. So we will get her out for sure. And you're going to be one of those candidates that I'm hoping will jump into some one-on-one coaching with me, because I think we can get her out faster when it's you and me working on it for sure. So hopefully you'll consider that at some point where you and I can just get to it and get her out and help you get through these thought processes that are going to keep you in those positive action items and get you everything that you deserve, girlfriend, because you deserve to be happy, healthy, and everything that you want in your life is there waiting for you. We just need to teach you how to go grab it. So I'm excited to see all the changes you're about to make as well. Okay, so in closing, we have the power to manage our minds. You have to decide for yourself, do you want to have a negative mindset, or do you want to have a positive mindset? And then when you decide that you want to have a positive mindset, you have to take the next step. And the next step is pausing when things happen in your life, the events we can't change, and giving yourself an opportunity to choose how you're going to think about it. Don't let the default be what it's always been, because if it's not serving you, you have to figure out a new way. So control your thought process and give yourself some options. The thought process then leads to how you feel about it. The feeling is a chemical change. When I'm fired up and I'm really like in like an upset state, I feel it in my blood. It feels like a poison going through my veins. So I have learned how to turn that off so I don't feel that feeling anymore, because it does not feel good to me. And I stop and I pause so I can control the thought. So the feeling I have is a sense of peace, and it's almost like a warm feeling comes over my body. That will lead to the next thing that you do, how you speak to someone, how you act around someone. The next activity you're going to engage in is led by the chemical reaction and hormonal changes that happen in your body because of the thought. And those actions will lead to the results that you're hoping for, hopefully. And if you don't like the result that you've got to go back up to the top, and you have to go through the process again. And every time you change your thought, you have the opportunity to change your feeling. That feeling will then yield you a different action item, and you'll get to the result that you're hoping for. What you have to do is know that this is something you have to practice every single day. And you can start with something very simple, like I put my shirt on inside out. Like that was just a natural thing to me today, to go to like, okay, I guess today my thing is I got to think differently about things. I got to do things out of the norm. And I could have gone the other way. So find a little thing that an event or a thing that happened in your life, and stop and think about it, right? And think about what that could mean for you if that's what you manifest the meaning to be. It's an amazing, amazing exercise to really get good at. Janine, great call. Looking forward to being on the call Thursday night. My life has been crazy lately. I need this. Janine, I can't wait to have you on the call Thursday night. And because you said that, I'm going to be keeping an eye out for you, and hopefully we can pull you into some good coaching during the call on Thursday, and we can help you manage some of that craziness that's going on in your life for sure. And then Rita, used that pause today when my pool cleaner didn't want to work. I counted to 5 and figured it out. The rest of my day is awesome. Yeah, good for you, girlfriend. Yeah, you got to do whatever you got to do sometimes to pull yourself back into that conscious state of like, I have the opportunity to control the situation. And if counting to 5 works for you, or, I always like, snapping a rubber band on your wrist or whatever it is, clap it up. We've talked about this in our Midlife Mindset Shift course. Whatever you do to kind of snap you back into consciousness so you can make a decision for yourself is what you got to do. And that's okay. That's what you got to do. Okay. So many of you have said that this resonates with you and this is what you're hoping for. So do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button on YouTube, put some love on this video today, share it with a friend that you think could be maybe an accountability partner for you in this kind of situation. If you're that person that is a negative Nelly, ask someone that you know loves and cares for you and you feel the same about them to catch you, right? If you see me or hear me going down that negative Nelly path, just tap me and bring me back to center, right? Because sometimes when it's a natural way that we think, and for me, it was a conditioned thing. It was the way the vocabulary in my house was growing up. It's the way my parents interacted with us. It's how they interacted with each other. It was just a negative environment. So that's what my norm was, right? And now I'm an adult. I get to choose what my norm is for my life, and I don't like that as my norm anymore, so I'm working really hard to get that to change. I want my norm to be more of the Susie Sunshine. And I want my norm to be more of me catching myself and allowing myself the opportunity to think in a way that's going to serve me better. It takes work, it takes patience, and it takes consciousness. And this is why this full circle comes around with us here in this community, and why we have to make decisions where we have the opportunity to look and feel our best and live our most authentic life every day. Because if you're not looking and feeling your best and you're not living your life authentically, it is really hard to stay conscious. It's really hard to stay present in the moment because you are so distracted by all the other negative things in your life. So you have to do the work so that you show up for yourself, looking and feeling your best and living your most authentic life. So when a situation happens that's out of your control, you are confident, you're empowered, and you have the energy that's positive to get yourself through this exercise. And it all totally matters. Janine, you are super welcome, girlfriend, and I can't wait to see you on Thursday night. I want to see your face on Thursday night. Okay, registration for our intermittent fasting course, like I said, starts on our course starts on Saturday. Registration closes on Friday afternoon. It is more than just not eating. Our intermittent fasting course is phase 1 of really controlling how you think about how it is you're taking care of yourself. So if you're not feeling like things are going the way you want, if you're feeling stressed out, if you're frustrated with your body, you have to change your mindset about how you're caring for yourself. And it does start in that course. For my graduates, our Midlife Mindset Shift course, like I said, is open for registration. You deserve to jump in with us. You deserve to get to that next step and really managing things outside of food and how that can really change your life as well. Always feel free to email me. Registration will be open for that until Sunday, and then we're closed down for the rest of 2020. We won't open that back up until 2021. All right, have a good day, you guys. Remember, everything is in your control. Things that are out of our control have already happened. They're life events. They're what I call life happening, right? How you think about it leads to how you feel about it. Those feelings lead to how you're going to act out on it, and how you act on it will yield the result or the outcome of that initial situation. So we have the power to change it if we're not happy with how that's working for us. I will see you guys on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm here. If you need anything, feel free to DM me, send me an email. I'll point you in the right direction for some of the things I think you might need to help you move along with us. And then tomorrow morning, I'll see you at 8:15 Central Standard Time on my Instagram channel. We're going to talk about leaning into your second thought, and I'll be discussing that with you guys tomorrow at 8:15 on Instagram. Have a good day. Thanks for spending time with me today. And then always make sure you're putting yourself in a position where you can make choices that will allow you to look and feel your best and live your most authentic life. You deserve that.